What's going on, blurs, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt with the Sensei of the Syndicate here with another episode of With the BS. And so today, I got my man Dub here with me, and we're gonna talk about some good old cartoons. So we're gonna give our top five on our favorite cartoons. So before we do that, I want to tell you to be like the Hulk, not Hulk Hogan, because F Hulk Hogan, but be like the Hulk. Smash that
Hulkamania
follow.
is running wild, brother.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. But be like the Hulk, smash that follow button, and we'll love you 3000. And also go check us out at theblursyndicate.com, where we have some amazing shirts for you. So, without a further introduction, Dub, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, man. Can't complain, man. Sitting on the floor, no furniture. Still waiting on my furniture. But it's cool. Got a TV, got an air mattress, got my game. I'm good.
You can't really complain. Well, you can, but it doesn't really help anything.
Nah, like I said, I got a TV, so that's the main thing. I'm happy.
Yeah. TV and internet, man. That's all you really need now.
Yeah, man. I'm a simple man.
I
Man
don't
of
know,
simplicities.
I don't know. You said you were sitting like, well, crisscross applesauce. Is that how you said it?
Yeah, I'm pigeon toed, so like my feet grow out. So like I'm just, like people always look at me crazy, like why are you sitting like that? And I was like, oh well, shit's comfortable. So
Well, I couldn't do like that. I'd have to lay down, do something because the way my body built right now, I just have to sprawl out.
now see, I sprawl out too, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you get tired of sprawling out, so you get this crisscross applesauce.
Hmm.
My legs always feel weird, just dangling out. So like,
Well, today, man, we're talking about favorite cartoons. I want to get your top five favorite cartoons today. And I'm gonna give you mine, and we're just gonna have a good conversation, man. So, that's all that we've been really doing. So the little caveat that I put on here was that it can't be anime because we're gonna have a whole nother conversation about like anime and things like that. So there's no time limit. So if you watch Scooby Doo back, on Cartoon Network where it had the reruns,
fuck
that's cool to
Scooby-Doo.
watch. If you was watching a pup named Scooby Doo, now that show
That was
that
fire.
I could get behind pup named Scooby Doo. Scooby Dooby Doo. He was going. But yeah, we just gonna talk about that, man. See what your list is. See what mine was. Mine
Before
was
before
really
we
heavy on the
before we
superhero
even
stuff.
do that though,
Hmm.
can we talk about how the concept of Scooby Doo wasn't didn't really make sense? You had this big Great Dane, and he didn't bite nobody.
Yeah, but Great Danes are usually pretty friendly though.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. Your life is in danger. Like I say, I ain't gonna let the ADHD kick in too much, but your life in danger. And the dogs get well. I can't talk. 'Cause my dog. Now that I think about it, my dog is like a mirror image of Scooby Doo, just scared. So never
Hmm.
mind. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
See, yeah, I'm telling you, there's dogs that are just scary for no reason. So we just we wanted to talk about just fun stuff, man. So when you were a kid, like, did you have like what was your favorite genre?
Bruh, as a kid, like I didn't have cable a lot growing up. So like as a kid, my favorite genre was just anything that was a cartoon.
Hmm.
So like it was comedy, action. That like once we finally got cable, my TV was always on channel 18, which was Cartoon Network, and 44, which was Nickelodeon. And then it kind of sprawled back to like the local channels on Saturdays when the cartoons used to come on.
Hmm.
But and Disney Channel occasionally when we got the when we were doing real good, we got the good cable. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
that Disney Channel was
Yeah,
different. That was that extended
yeah.
basic.
Ooh, like Goof Troop and
Yeah.
boy, I'm trying to tell you. So once all that happened, it's just kind of like yeah, anything that was a cartoon, anything. I was watching this Told by Ginger.
Mm.
I can't even tell you what it was about nowadays. Now I think about it, it's probably just about a girl and her problems, but I cannot tell you what that show was about now as an adult. Like if I had to go into detail, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was straight action cartoons. Like I watched any superhero. Somebody had to fight. Somebody had to have like mutated animals. So that means SWAT cats, street sharks, Ninja Turtles, all of them. Those were my things. So anything like that. My list is heavy on the superheroes.
So
And
you one
then
of the reasons the ESRB rating came out and stuff.
yeah, but I wouldn't see. I wasn't one of them kids that how they were. We got in trouble for like kicking kids down the hill and stuff like that. Like I wasn't one of them kids. Like I knew that there was like a barrier. You know what I mean?
Repercussions.
Yeah, yeah. And plus, being a bigger kid all the time, you knew that you couldn't go like ham on somebody. Otherwise, you'd get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. I was
So
going ham on kids. It's cool.
see,
Well, usually I was getting no homo. I was getting ham going on because I was the youngest cousin and youngest sibling and stuff like that. But when
yeah,
I finally found like a little friend group, that was
you gonna catch these hands.
yeah, exert my dominance.
Man, I had what was it? Like I had older cousins, and so like they were big on wrestling and everything like that.
Ooh.
So like I was the crash test dummy for like the diamond cutters, the stunners, the sharpshooters and stuff like that. But then on my mm, on my dad's side of the family, like I had some younger cousins that liked to wrestle. So then after that, I got to be able to be the one that is extorted my dominance on that point too.
Look at you.
So I,
Being
I
a
had a
bully.
little bit of best of both worlds in that situation.
I didn't
So
get too much big cousin stuff because like when I finally got a little cousin, the age difference was just so egregious. It's like and they were protecting because I think they knew I was ready.
he was like, I'm ready for you.
Yeah, I'm
So
waiting for you.
yeah, where you going? Where you going? So so as far as that man, but let's kind of get. I want to hear your number five choice.
Before I ain't hitting on fire, I gotta do a quick honorable mention.
Okay,
My honorable mention.
how many honorable mentions you got?
I just got one. I just got one.
Okay,
Okay. So my honorable mention was Shaolin Showdown.
okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think before the whole diversity, inclusion, stuff like that was a thing, Shaolin Showdown did that, and they did it in a way that was so organically and enjoyable that you know what I'm saying. It
Mhm.
made it fun to watch. You know what I'm saying. You had Omi, you had the redneck Clay. You know what I'm saying. You had the Brazilian dude. I think he was Brazilian. You know what I'm saying. You had the Asian chick. Like, bro, it made it fun. And then I remember one time they brought in the black dude, and I was like, oh snap! Like it was just authentically fun show. And they kind of poke fun at I don't want to say poke fun at his culture because that's gonna make me sound like a little xenophobe racist, but they kind of used to poke fun at him and stuff like that. It just made it was just overall enjoyable show. It had the action in there, and it had overall like just
What up?
like
What up,
jokes
Husky?
and stuff.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Doing all
Your
right.
your mic is so loud, so loud.
It's picking up you.
Yeah,
It's
it's
picking up
breaking
the
up.
blood pumping through your blunt veins, my guy.
My bad.
he,
I don't know how
new
to turn
mic
that
who
down.
this?
You good? Well, yeah, because we hear everything. But glad to have you all here. Hopefully you got your list of cartoons, or you can come up with them on the fly. Um, and then Dub, what were you saying?
I was just saying, Shaolin Showdown was overall a good show. It kind of had a good balance of action and comedy. So, yeah,
That's your number
and they were
five?
doing the
That's
no,
his
that's my
honorable
honorable
mention.
mention.
You
Okay. All right.
you
All right.
you got an honorable mention? I know you do. I know you do.
Who
I don't
doesn't
even
have
know why I
honorable mention?
asked why if you had one. I know you do.
Why? Who doesn't have honorable mentions?
You be
Did
like,
that?
I'd be like, give me top 25, and you be like, all right, I got my 25, but I got
But
6 honorable mentions on because I couldn't choose between it, so I had to make it a list
Hey,
of
look,
30.
man. Look, man. Look. So, did you have honorable mention?
I didn't, but I could always think of one.
No, you. I
Yeah.
mean, you ain't got to. I'm just saying. So, honorable
well,
mention.
what's in that microphone, man? Let's go. His
It's-
sexy voice. Hey, how y'all doing?
I turned
That's the
it,
ASMR,
I
man.
turned it down.
Yeah.
Some.
You know, you can no, but you're just it's just coming through really, really well. That's all he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Man, go ahead and pull it up there now. You can't now. You sound too far away. Just go ahead and grab.
Don't be shy now.
Yeah,
Don't be
there.
shy.
Okay, so I'll give you 2 honorable mentions. It's gonna be Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay.
Okay. Did you know?
Man, what Dexter's Lab was amazing. But Giddy Todorowsky's, whatever the guy's name is, like Dexter's it's like one of my favorite. Like when they started the cartoons or whatever, Cartoon Network, Dexter was like one of my top tier favorites. And another one would be, oh man, it's probably gonna be. Oh, I don't know if I want to make this just to go make my top 5 in that because I got 5 that I'm set on. No, let's go with Batman Beyond.
You got more than one honorable mention.
Look, Batman Beyond, like introduce us to Batman's well, not his original son, Batman's clone son, Terry McGinnis. Since now we got Damian, but Terry McGinnis was the real son before Damian.
All right, I got a question for you guys. So, were you guys Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Fox Kids, or WB Kids?
I gotta say WB Kids because, like I said, I didn't have cable for the longest. Nah, cable era, I was definitely Cartoon Network, but Kids WB had me in the chokehold for the longest.
So they all had some good ones. Because Fox Kids used to get you on like when you get out of school, and like they had a nice Saturday morning lineup too.
I thought that was Kids WB.
Kids WB had some, but I know Kids WB had like Sundays too. Like you could watch Kids WB on Sunday. They had like the Men in Black show, Road Rovers. There's a couple other ones they had on there, but the Animaniacs, I think that was on there. But I'm probably gonna go. Growing up, I know the early part of like when I was watching. Growing up, I was probably more of a Nickelodeon kid because I didn't have Cartoon Network when it first dropped. Because Cartoon Network, it was and besides when it first came out, it was just showing like old Hanna-Barbera, the older cartoons and stuff like that. And then they added and I watched Cartoon Network. That's how you call it was and start watching some of the older ones, but definitely probably Nickelodeon. You had Rocko's Modern Life, Doug, Rugrats.
Doug was fine.
Doug was a dude, man. And then you get as the older generation. I wasn't no big huge fan of Rocket Power. I know people love Rocket Power.
Me either.
And I wasn't no big huge fan of Rocket Power, but the Wild Throwing Bears was alright. I just like Donnie. Like Donnie was just funny to me.
I hated the Wild.
It was so funny to me. I don't know why. Exactly that right there. But yeah, probably Nickelodeon. What about you?
Man, I was a Fox Kids, bro. Like I was telling Dub before, like I did nothing but watch like superhero stuff. So like when they had Batman the animated series, Spider-Man, X-Men, then they had the Power Rangers. Like I was like, no wonder I was ADHD. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Hey, Dub, you see there.
I'm finna lead it down. Right. I'm finna lead. I'm 30 years old. He's still bullying me.
Yeah, he was. So for those who don't know, like these two are cousins. So when Dub was talking about getting beat up by his older cousins, Marcus was in that little group. So,
look, it was a rite of passage.
That's not how Dub described it. He said that it was just abuse. And then when he had younger cousins, it was already too late. So couldn't really do anything about that one. Yeah, sir. He says honorable mention is Recess.
TJ Detweiler was that dude. Forgive him that.
So
TJ Detweiler reminded me like of an older Tommy Pickles with his scheming, how he would scheme and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Recess definitely got some spins on the old fat back.
So my honorable mention is going to be Jackie Chan Adventures. Because that one,
no!
yeah. Because then even after they got the talismans, then after that they had like a whole
Toguro
new,
was it?
they had a whole new series and new villains, all the rest of it. I was like, how can you beat that? So plus it was always nice to hear Uncle and yep. He's like, oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get canceled. Nope, not gonna do it. So it was a great experience. So that's my one, and I'm gonna put my other one in there. It may be on your list. But my other honorable mention is the X-Men. So
which one? Evolutions or the regular one?
The regular one, because like it had a good first season or so, and then after that, like the animation fell off, and then we couldn't get like a whole lot of I don't know if y'all remember, like they had that first little arc, and then after that they fell off for a second, and then after that they came back with the second season. It was cool, but it was like a year in between where they just they didn't have nothing. So because it felt like a Seven Deadly Sins before Seven Deadly Sins. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I ain't even get on Seven Deadly Sins.
So yeah, with animation and all that craziness up, but that's gonna be my two honorable mentions. But now that we got those honorable mentions out the way,
number 5.
There you go. What you got, Husky?
Well, I gotta go first.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll go first.
Okay.
My number 5 is one that's a new one. It's digital. I love it just because as an adult there was a lot of different aspects of it, and it caught my eye at a weird period. It wasn't anything bad, but it was on Netflix, and it was a weekly animated show. So it was Arcane. So I really enjoyed that one. I can't wait for the second season to come out. The animation and the choreographing was top tier for me. So that's the one that's like recent for me. That I decided to choose.
Okay. Hey, that's a good show, man. And I didn't really think about some of the adult animation stuff that's out there.
Yeah. So I actually there's a new fighter in my top 5. Originally, Mucha Lucha was gonna be my 5th one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Got the boy Ricochet in the Flea. But now as you said, adult animation, and recently, which had me thinking, Invincible is definitely in my top 5.
Ooh.
Number 5 is Invincible.
Hey, that's what's up.
Because as an action fan, I'm pretty sure why I can appreciate the sheer violence and carnage that went into that anime.
Bro, the ass whooping that Invincible caught on multiple occasions was ridiculous.
That's the thing about it, man. He got his ass beat several times.
Not even just
how you get your ass beat several times?
Bro, Omni-Man stopped racism by whooping everybody ass from all different nationalities. Like, bro, Batman, he did Batman wrong. Like, Bruh, the knockoff Flash, Red, whatever his name was, did dirty. And bro, when you think about his power even more, it's even worse because, like he said, I remember he told his wife, like, "Yo, the reason I hate small talk because it lasts so much longer for me than it do for you." So most people didn't catch when he was getting his shit knocked loose. And his head was squished in. You didn't realize from his perspective how long and how painful that actually was. So like little details like that were good too. So just like,
the way he got just demolished was ridiculous. And then like the fact that he knew that he wasn't going to win, because after a while, when he started seeing his hands just disintegrate into Omni-Man's chest, he was just like, "This is not going to end well for me." And he kept going. Like me, I would have just got out of there. That's just me. After I saw what he did to everybody else.
Yeah, I'm taking the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, only so much you can do.
Yeah, you super fast. You got a few licks on him.
Mm-hmm.
As I like to say, his dick got too big for his britches. After he got them few licks, he should have kept on going.
But Omni-Man destroyed that whole Justice League in such a disrespectful manner.
Bruh, some of them didn't get a chance to think about hitting Omni-Man.
Black Batman got mollywopped.
Bruh, Batman. Yeah, that's Batman.
Yeah, Batman. You know what his problem was? He didn't bring a white chair to the event. That's what it is.
That's what it was. He should have brought that steel chair.
Yep.
Steel chair. Jim Ross would have set him right. That'd have been his Ultra Instinct right there.
Man, what? All you hear is Jim Ross in the background. Not the chair! Oh my God!
Son of a bitch!
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna stick with my list I had in my head, man. I'll have to go back in and add the adult animation later on. But for this list, I'm gonna stick with what I got. So my number 5, coming in at number 5. I was older when this cartoon was out, but it was still such a good cartoon, man. It had it was just real intriguing. It was on Cartoon Network, going with K&D, Kids Next Door, number 5. I used to love Kids Next Door, bro. Like I would sit there, I would sit there and watch episodes of Kids Next Door, like I was a little ass kid and be invested. Like Kids Next Door was the shit. And it actually got a ending. They actually put an ending with it and everything. But Kids Next Door is my number 5.
Is this a safe place for you? I only maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes of that, like ever, and it was on accident. It never. Well, like I said, if it wasn't like superheroes, if it wasn't like.
It was kind of superhero-ish. There was,
but it wasn't it wasn't superhero-ish enough for me. So I was just like, man, fuck them kids. And then after that, that was it.
Hey, number 5 and number 1, Nigel Uno. And even number 2 was alright. Hey, all of them were alright, but like number 5 was the black girl. Number 1 was the bald headed little.
I remember number 1 was the bald headed
child.
Little Bill, alopecia looking child.
Basically, it was the number 2 was the round, the little fat kid. I get number 3 and number 4 mixed up because I can't remember if number 3 was the Asian girl or number 4 because it was like the Asian girl and then it was the Wallaby. I'm not Wallaby. It was the Australian kid. No, number 2 was fat kid. That was number 4 was
the Australian boy, so number 3 had to be the Asian girl.
Yeah, number 3 was the Asian girl. Yeah. But yeah, I love Kids Next Door, man.
What you got for me, Bang?
Let's see. So I'm going number 4 or
number 4. What you got?
Number 4. In honor of my scary ass dog, my number 4 is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage was like, bro, you can't do nothing but respect Courage, bro. Like, as scary he was, Courage was gangster. Courage, like, bro, I actually enjoyed Courage so much, like, as a kid, even though it was creepy at times with the return the slide. Like, I ain't know that creeped me out as a kid, but it still was funny. It still was very funny and all this weirdness. So, like I said, if I would have knew my dog was as scary as he was, his name probably would have been Courage instead of you. So, yeah, man, I gotta go with Courage the Cowardly Dog. Pink gangster, man.
Nothing wrong there. I never checked out. I've seen a couple episodes of Courage, but it wasn't just something I would sit there.
I've never seen one.
Watch.
Never seen one of them.
Tripping.
Never seen one of them.
Bruh.
Courage was never on my list because I thought it was stupid. So I was just like, why am I gonna waste my time on a dumbass dog? Like the only dumbass dog I'm gonna watch is Scooby, and it's a pup named Scooby Doo. That's it.
Nah, Courage used to come with that heat. Well, I'm pretty sure I seen him put a gat out one time. Like he be with it. Like he be scared, but he gonna go. Muriel, his owner, he ain't fuck with Eustace as much. But Muriel, he was gonna go get Muriel. Eustace was a little abusive. He used to call him stupid all the time. But Muriel, he gonna spin the block by Muriel. He didn't care what it was aliens, ghosts, demons. He was going to get Muriel.
He was gonna get it. I see. Now that part I knew. Like I knew he was he played by the lady, the old lady.
Nope.
And then like I said, I know he messed with the dude, the dad too much. So you know.
Yeah, Eustace.
All right, Marcus, what you got for number 4, bro?
Number 4. Let's see. I'll do this. I'm missing one. Okay. All right. So for number 4, I am going to actually go with, and I'm trying to figure out. It's not going to be the original iteration, but it'll probably be the 2003 iteration of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If I got to choose one iteration, I'm going with Turtles. The Teenage Mutant Turtles it's a classic, you know, from the even the early ones, but like the 2003 iteration, they had like some
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one?
Yep, that one.
Is that the one with the chick?
What you mean?
It was one of them that had a chick in it. Maybe I'm tripping. It was like a fifth turtle, but it was a girl.
Oh, that was a live action one.
That was the
Final Evolution or something like that, or the Next Evolution. That's what it was.
Okay.
But yes, I'm talking about the 2003 iteration of the Turtles. Like you had some good story, and it had like had some dark tones to it. I'm gonna go with that one. I did also like the one that came after that. I can't think of the exact name, what year it came out, but like the ones that did before Rise of the Turtles. That iteration.
The 2012 one, the one that came on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, those were actually really good as well. Those were pretty good as well. But those iterations of Turtles, I'm going with Teenage Mutant Turtles, man. Classic cartoon. Like you can't, like, to this day, they still making movies about it. Like, long time coming run, but it's like Turtles was, I can sit there like there's something I can throw on in the background to this day and just go on, maybe watch or whatever the case may be with. Turtles is definitely my number 4.
All right, so for my number 4, I went with Young Justice. I like the development on that one. I got tired as an adult. I thought I have a bigger appreciation of character development, and so like the kids don't stay kids, and then there was still a lot of meat left on that one where and it was so well received that even like 5-6 years after like the first, I think it was like the first 2 seasons came out, then after that like it was in such high demand that they had 2 more. It's sad that they probably won't do anymore because everything got shuffled up in DC, but like the fact that there were like I have an appreciation for like not dumbing things down for kids, you know what I mean? Like having kids be able to understand like mature content and mature like plots and things like that, and I think we definitely got that with Young Justice.
That's what's up, man. Young Justice is a really good show.
Young Justice ain't just leaving limb. I ain't gonna lie, they kind of both did that.
What was that?
I said Justice League. I mean, Justice League Unlimited and Justice both kind of gave me that same kind of feel.
Mm-hmm. So what you got for number 3?
Number 3.
Yeah.
For my number 3, I'm going with that Gangster Up Under the Sea. SpongeBob SquarePants.
I say you going with SpongeBob. All right.
Goddamn SpongeBob.
SpongeBob is timeless. Bro, SpongeBob is a living legend. Like, out of everybody from my list, SpongeBob probably, his name probably was remained throughout history the longest. Out of everybody on my list.
SpongeBob been around, bro, for a minute. I know
Since
SpongeBob.
99, I remember when SpongeBob aired. I remember when it first dropped.
I didn't watch SpongeBob either. I've seen more SpongeBob than I had the other one, Courage, but
damn, why you
SpongeBob?
It was action or nothing, bro. Like I was just like this,
bro. SpongeBob used to throw hands with Patrick and Sandy.
I think I saw a little bit of it just because Ben got into it for a little bit, but after that I was just like, oh, okay.
You ain't know what. I mean, I get it. I get you. Like you all for
So most of the memes go over your head nowadays.
Man, I think well, a part of it was when I was younger. Like any of those, like the comedy ones, my folks wouldn't, in particular my mom, she didn't let me watch like the Ren and Stimpy's. Ren
and Stimpy was not a child's cartoon. It's not for children.
Yeah, it was so anything that was kind of on anything that was kind of on that comedy, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, it can be funny for adults. My mom was like, So it was like you can watch these people beat up on people. That's it.
Rocco had some moments. Rocco had some moments as well. I remember I've been watching when I was young. Like, oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Most of the stuff from Rocco I didn't catch until I was an adult.
Cat Dog and Cow and Chicken, those were off the list. She was like, "What's going on here? Y'all need to turn." All right.
I don't even know what happened in Cat Dog or Cow and Chicken.
Cat Dog, I think she just thought it was weird because then they had the parents and stuff like that, and then she's like, "Well, how do I explain this to her?" You know what I mean? Like, Mom, how does this go? And she was like, "Nope, turn it." She wasn't really big on explaining shit. She just was like, "Hey, just turn it. You gonna find something
shit off,
or you gonna find something else. So get up, turn it off, turn it.
Go watch Scooby Doo.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch Scooby Doo. That's what you go watch. Go watch Scooby Doo.
That's why I didn't like Scooby Doo for a little bit, because like I couldn't, like any other time, it was just like, go watch Scooby Doo, or you had to go to the Cartoon Network. So then after that, it was like that. One of my old school favorites was like the Centurions. And then after that, I used to like Space Ghost when he was like an actual superhero.
Yeah.
Where he,
Adult Swim.
Not the Adult Swim one, just the ones where he had the like powers, and then like the Herculoids and all those things, like little shorts.
Yeah, I remember those. I like those.
I can't even tell you what Space Ghost was before Adult Swim got a hold of him.
I didn't know he was a badass. That's what he was.
I didn't know C-Lab was a real show before Adult Swim got a hold of it.
And Birdman too.
I remember Birdman.
He had to get in the sun, otherwise he getting fucked up. And then after
that, no lies detected.
So
what was your number 3?
Oh, SpongeBob.
Okay. All right, I go next.
You almost made me forget. I was like, damn, what was my number 3?
My bad. So my number 3, I am going to go with I'm going with my boys, man. I'm going with Transformers Beast Wars, man. Number 3, classic cartoon. They just put a movie out. That is my favorite version of the Transformers. Optimus Primal, Rhinox, Cheetor, all them niggas. My boy Rat Trap.
Hey, how did you feel about that movie?
About the movie?
Yeah.
Overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the movie was good. If I'm going to give it anything, it's probably 7, maybe 7.5. I wish they gave the Maximals more time in their transform states.
I was gonna say that because they definitely I don't think they spent any time on that. They like you saw them for a second, and then after that,
don't get me wrong. When they get ready to transform, you hear, and I would rather it came from everybody else, but I'll take I'll take Optimus yelling out maximize, bro. When he said that, I was in my seat looking like a little kid, like
there you go.
Like
I ain't gonna lie, I had a realization that Optimus Prime and Optimus Prime were two different people. I was like, I thought Optimus was gonna get an upgrade in this whole thing. Like, no, they're two different people. I was like, I'm kind of disappointed. So I was like,
I hate we didn't get to see Airraiser transform. Spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it, but oh well. But yeah, man. I mean, other than that, man, like I said, I really liked it. I would love to see them come back, do another iteration with them in it. I do, if you stay to the end of the movie, I want to see where that's gonna go as well. But yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. They should know by now. That movie came out.
Look, man, some people ain't seen it yet. Some people waiting for it to come on. I will if I say somebody waiting on it to come on VHS.
Man, bro, it's on Peacock.
I know.
So I waited till then just because I can't go to the movies like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole little baby. Can't just get up and watch them. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool though. Like you said, my main issue with it was like you said, I didn't get to see a whole lot of the Maximals. You know what I mean? Like they were in their transformed state where you never got like a close up of them for real. Like it was just like, oh, they transformed, and like you get to see kind of what they basically look like, but like it didn't have as much detail as like all the rest of the Autobots. They were just like, oh, we threw them hoes in there, so y'all should be happy. And
well, when you think about it, and on the flip side, half the time we see the Autobots, they not really in their car form like that either. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's kind of like the opposite for them. Like we kind of don't need to transform like that.
I get what you're saying, because they were only in their car form for like when what was it? Optimus Prime was like, hey, y'all feel that? Y'all see that? Come on, get together, and then that was it.
Yeah. I will say this movie. Go ahead.
I didn't like the fact that they had the Urkel person in there too.
I mean, they usually have one of them off, just kind of off. It's an off brand, just kind of. You gotta have somebody with the tech car or whatever, the
nerdy.
Yeah. I want to say, but it was. I mean, it was all right, man. I will say.
I mean, it definitely wasn't as bad as all the rest of the bad characters that they've had in the previous Transformers.
Exactly. I love the fact that they didn't have. Do it. Oh yeah, he didn't like. I would say. I would say I love the fact.
I didn't like him.
He was all right, but I like I said, how the movie ended. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. But I was gonna say, I love the fact that we didn't have to bring in the cavalry for them to defeat Scourge or whatever. Like we didn't have to bring in. You know how like the other movies. They got to get in, the U.S. government got to get involved, and they got to bring in reinforcements, and then the army come in, and all this stuff. They ain't have to do all that. It was just, you had the two characters, the two humans, basically, and everybody else was a transform, was a Maximal Autobot or a Predacon.
I thought John Cena was going to have a big role in what he did.
Maybe he may be in
this one?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Well, maybe he may be in that other group that you know what I mean.
He could be.
That may be his.
He could be. He could be Duke.
I wouldn't mind it. So all right. So my number 3, I went Young Justice for number 4. Justice League Unlimited was my number 3. I appreciated that so much more because I felt like they set up the ground floor for all these other characters that they had that DC never used before. So like I remember having that episode of like Hawk and Dove, and like having different like characters. Like I don't think people knew of some of the superheroes that they had in DC until they brought them into like DC or Justice League Unlimited. And so I thought that was dope, and that was a way for them to stretch out and see how like the Justice League kind of grew from there.
Okay.
I ain't know who Hawk Dove was, so I was watching on Teen Titans.
Yeah, they have different iterations of them, and so that iteration was like I think the original ones. But then like what happens in I think it's just like it's Superman's Doomsday. Like I think Hawk gets killed by Doomsday or something like that. So it's ridiculous from there. Yeah, he Doomsday kills like a couple people in the comics, like before Superman gets up there.
Looking at Justice League Dog, I should put that on my list. But that's a movie, so Justice League Dog, man,
Justice League. I keep telling people that Apocalypse War I think was as good as Infinity War, but I think it's better than Endgame.
You
talking about the animated, like the dark one I was just talking about?
Mm-hmm. It may be better. Let's get this correct. I'll give you that it may be better than. It may be better than, let's say, the first part of Endgame, but once that second that once that second stuff started kicking off, I don't care what it ain't. I told you there is no moment that I can think of in the Justice League movie that could have a whole theater jump up and cheer. Like I said, that you can't take that away from that movie. Like I get what you're saying, and I agree with you on some aspect of it. But when them circles start popping up, you hear on your left, and everybody start coming out. That hammer come back, and it's Avengers. Assemble. That can't. Ain't shit that go on in that Justice League movie can top that moment alone. So like I said, it may be better than the majority of some of the movie, but I don't care what. Ain't nothing in that movie that can top that.
Them Justice League, I'm serious though. Like Marvel, kind of like, oh my god, it's kind of like, oh dang, she broke a leg, might have broke her back, she out of here.
It was killing
Justice League. They
I get that.
Come here.
I get that.
They were hitting fatalities on people, bro.
And like I said, that's
John Stewart, bro. But it's on Green Lantern, bro. They got him out of here.
The whole series.
You can do a whole lot more in animation than you can do in a live action.
That's true too.
I get you, but yeah. I didn't have to spend 3 hours and then wait till 2 hours and 20 minutes to just get to the action scenes.
Listen, like I said, did I not agree with you? I agree that most of the movie most of it was better than Endgame, but like I said, once that fight kick off, well, once Thanos show up with his armada or whatever, and that fight kick off, from the moment that Captain America picks up that hammer, ain't then coming, ain't then they just leave.
All I'm saying is, Endgame was like watching an episode of One Piece where they tried to recap everything for like this, like last time with One Piece, and they talked about everything, and it takes up like 4 minutes of the show. That's what Endgame was, but for 2 hours.
They Gear 5 episode.
We ain't got time. They had to figure something out. They had a story to tell. I get what you're saying, and but like I said, they had a story to tell to try to cap off that phase or whatever, and that's just what happened.
You know what? That's we're gonna have a comment court about this one, and then we're gonna ask the people, get a jury. We'll head it out from there.
That's fine.
What is your number 3, sir? Did you?
That was number 3. It was number 2. Number 2.
Yeah, we're on number 2 now.
Number 2.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You can go. You can go, Doug. What you got?
My number 2 is probably one of the most controversial cartoons out there. And I'm talking about, I almost called the guy the wrong thing. Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy. Hold on, Seth MacFarlane? Yeah. Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy.
Family Guy. I love Family Guy.
Because, bruh, the fact that you can watch, man, you can go watch it now. And, bruh, the fact that they have to have and like I said, diversity don't matter to me as much like that, as long as it catches my attention and it's funny. But they have to have the most diverse writers board in the world. Because the fact that you can watch Family Guy and they will have some black stuff in there that you didn't even know they were paying attention to in there. Man, like I remember one time I was watching. You know what?
I was like, Cleveland is voiced by a white dude. You know that.
They changed that. That's why that's why he don't talk as much. I feel like now.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they changed, like the voice actor stepped down. He's like Cleveland should be voiced by a black person, and I feel like for as long as they kind of avoided him talking to kind of make you kind of forget that Cleveland like what he sounded like. But like I remember one episode, Peter was on stage with Usher getting grounded on, and Usher was singing "Trading Places." And another episode, and then he was like, "Be gentle with me." and then another episode, they were talking about going to the zoo. He was like, "Hey, Chris, we're going to the zoo. Oh, we're taking Chris to the zoo. Taking Chris to the zoo." Next thing you know, Chris slaps Peter just like how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and he's like, "Wow." And Chris was like, "Keep my name out your mouth." So it's just kind of like, brother, and like, granted, I kind of watch some everything, so like a lot of the jokes land with me. Sometimes I have to tell my girl, like, "Hey, this is what this joke comes from whatever." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I didn't watch that or wasn't aware because I don't pay attention to that." So it's just the jokes go everywhere, and then like they're not afraid. Is dope. Yeah, they're not afraid. I remember one time they made a joke about the Andy Griffith show. It was like Andy Griffith was walking, and he threw, like, you know how he threw the rock, and then they was actually throwing the rock at some black people. And then he hits the black person, like, oh. And then, like, you see, like, Andy Griffith, like, shaking his hands. I'm like, oh. Like, they're not scared to make those risque jokes. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I love a good race joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were bold enough to make it type deal. And it's like,
yeah.
I respect it.
Man, it was so. I used to watch it back in the like an earlier part. But you go ahead. I was just watching back in the like when it first started.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you what your number 2 was.
Oh, my number 2 is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Man, like it's technically not an anime. You can say it's a Western anime, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, bro, is such an amazing cartoon. Like you think it should be animated from how it's designed and like the story and everything, the elements, all that stuff that go into it, man. But it is such a good cartoon. You like the journey you go on with Aang, and I'm not gonna. So I watched Korra. I gotta go back. It's like I got like one more season to finish on Korra. Korra is really good. I'm gonna say it's not better than Aang to me. And I saw one girl, man, on TikTok, her take that, everybody got their own takes, but she was saying that if you say Aang is stronger or more powerful than Korra, then you what she said, you
misogynist,
you're sexist or something like that. So I'm like, really? But Korra is good, but Avatar: Last Airbender, hands down, man. It like just like I said, the journey you going with Aang and everybody else, man, it's dope. That's my number 2. So what you got, Sensei?
Try to make you something.
My number 2 is my number 2 is Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man had like real life issues, bro. Like he had to try to find bill money. Like that was a part of. Like I remember a plot, like a storyline one time where he was just like, "Listen, Like, I need to make this money. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like he had women problems. You know what I mean? Just when he thought that he was doing good, then after that he would slip up. He's trying to find the balance of being like a hero, being like a student, being somebody who's got to pay his own bills. Yeah, like
Bruh,
that was one of the most. Yeah, he had to have that realistic conversation, like with himself, like, man, I gotta stop doing this, or you know what I mean, I gotta let this go so that I can be able to do this, because I still gotta be a hero, because I let my Uncle Ben die.
Yep. What I was gonna say was we should have one day we gotta have like a top 3 or 5 or whatever of the best cartoon, like the best theme songs, because but it was. Like a Spider, this the Spider-Man, like just the whole whole theme song from that show is dope, bro. And that's just one of them. There's so many others, man. Yo, shout out, what up, nephew?
What up?
But
so hey, I got a random question. Have Crocs overtaken slides as the official shoe of us?
Yep.
The go-to Negro shoe.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I will not admit to that.
I will.
Crocs. I hope everybody who wears Crocs stubs their toes.
You can't, because you got something to cover it. So you
exactly.
Can't.
Exactly.
I hope your cheaply made Crocs don't support themselves.
You say that, but he doesn't have. That's what I'm getting you for Christmas. I'm gonna get you a nice pair of Crocs. I'm gonna get you one with the line insides.
Yeah, the line
inside. Yeah, so you I'm gonna do it.
Hey, my wife, she got me some, and I was just like, I had never had Crocs, and I was like, so this is what's going on? Changed my whole effing perspective about what was happening. Bruh.
Foam runners.
Bruh, I had them. And I was like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I had the ones from Adidas and I had the ones from Nike. The good ones, the ones that are like foam fitting. But the Crocs, it was like, you remember how Gohan had his powers unlocked by old Namek?
Supreme guy?
Yeah. The old Namek dude. And he was like, oh God, that's how my feet felt. They didn't know what to do with themselves.
Well,
just think about it.
I tried on a pair of Crocs just so I can be like, because as much as I push back, I'm like,
try it on.
Let me try it on.
Which ones you try it on?
The ones with fur in there from D something, with a D.
You gotta get your pair.
Not DTLR.
Ain't nothing like just throwing on the pair of Crocs. Gotta run to the store real quick. Pop your foot in. You ain't gotta put it in sport mode. Just pop your foot in there and get it going. Yeah, so
I'm good. You know, those are almost like a social experiment, right? Like it was in a movie, and they were like basically saying, "I'm gonna find the article," and they were basically saying like, they needed something dumb for people to wear in the movie. They chose Crocs.
I thought they started out as nursing shoes.
Well, I don't know what they started off as, but I know them. They are my footwear of choice now.
Hey, I feel See, only reason I know that because I used to literally they started off like for like nurses. Like that's how they. Because I remember when they first came out, and everybody was like, "You wearing?" When they first came out, when nobody for real wearing them, whatever the case may be. And
so you put people on.
I ain't saying no. Let's get this correct. I ain't saying I put nobody on. All I know is I ain't started wearing Crocs about 3 years ago. But like when they initially dropped, that's one pair of shoes I do want. I got to give me another pair of Birkenstocks. I ain't had them.
I'm leaving it, man.
I ain't had no Birkenstocks since I college.
I hated Birkenstocks.
I had a real pair and I had the knockoffs.
I think it just might be something about me and like closed back shoes.
I'm saying, man.
Look, I was a barefoot kid, bro. So I used to walk like being able to walk around barefoot and not have no shoes on was a joy to me. So if I can get close to that, we in there. I used to wear my Crocs to work, bro. I'd be at work. As soon as I get to work, take them off, socks on, with my feet up under my desk. I'm just sitting there chilling.
That's why I like one from
Such
home.
a good time.
I be in this thing, no clothes on. I just pay attention when I got me to have me a shirt on standby.
Yeah. Well, all right. So we got number one.
What's your number two?
Oh, I said Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's Spider-Man. Yeah.
Okay. Number one.
What you got for number? What's your number one? Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mr. John Witherspoon. My number one is Boondocks.
Hey.
Boondocks had, like I said, usually I kind of avoid black stuff, but this is like one black show that withstood the test of time. You can go back and watch the episode of Usher almost taking Tom's wife, and it remains relevant to this day. It's another episode when Riley was calling a kid gay and he got canceled. And then they played him off like he was special, and he got canceled for that too. And it's kind of relevant today because a lot of times when people get in trouble for stuff, they want to holler mental illness and all this other stuff. So, like I said, a lot of the topics that Boondocks was showing back then are still relevant now. And on top of that, it's funny. You can go back and rewatch Boondocks and it'll still be funny. I don't rewatch stuff, but two things I can rewatch. Well, three at low key. SpongeBob, Boondocks, and Family Guy. I can rewatch those all day.
Hey, there we go.
That's what's up, man. Boondocks was a dope cartoon, bro. So I guess I'll go ahead and give my number one. My actually number one is a recent cartoon. Like this is one of the shows that I wish I could have watched, or wish they had around when I was a little kid, or a kid. Or whatever, but shout out to the next book. She mentioned it, Craig of the Creek, man. Like this is probably one of the most for the culture shows. Like some of the episodes, like the Thanksgiving episode, bruh. Like it's just it represents a lot, or like it has a lot of like just nuances for Black people that you would pick up on and stuff like that, and it's written well. Like it's written so good to be a kid show. And like I said, the lead character, the name of the show is Craig of the Creek. Craig is a Black kid with a Black family, dad and mom, older brother, sister. Like, and then you see his uncle, and like it's all so good, bro. Like, and it's an amazing show. I can't recommend it enough. But Craig of the Creek is my number one.
I've been meaning to watch that actually.
I've seen a couple episodes of it. It's I like it.
It's really good. Shout out to my boy. I can't think of his real name, but shout out to my boy the Green Poncho.
Well,
Omar.
My number one, like I said, I'm sticking with all my superhero shows. This one gave us Harley Quinn. It gave us a real look at like a serious like kid show that really wasn't for kids, but then it still was able to be kid friendly. So I'm talking about Batman the Animated Series. It made it so it was really fun to watch. You had like a really good storyline. And you had a really good voicing person for Batman, the Joker, and even like they had like even with Two-Face, I like the story that they told with them. So you couldn't go wrong.
Confession.
Uh-oh. What up?
I actually hated Batman the Animated Series growing up as a kid.
Why? Why would you? What would you?
I actually hated Batman. I like Batman Beyond, but I hated Bruce Wayne because for some fact it was like he had no superpowers. I was like, bro, look at Superman, look at Spider-Man, look at the Green Lantern. Look at Wonder Woman. This man, right? He was too close to Indiana Jones to me, and I hate Indiana Jones as well.
But if you think about it, Green Lantern is just a dude with a powerful accessory.
Hey, it's still powerful. Batman, at that time of being a poor kid, that money didn't mean nothing to me. He was just a man with a checkbook. I don't want to see that. I can go somewhere else and see somebody with a checkbook. I can stand outside the bank and watch somebody with a fat checkbook do all this stuff he doing. So it just kind of was like one of the things. Was like I just never rocked with. I didn't rock with Batman until I got older and understood the complexities of his story.
I can feel that.
So as an adult, I appreciate Batman. Like his comics, I used to go through some Batman comics. But as a kid, get him out of here, coach.
That is well, it doesn't really surprise me with anything. Doesn't surprise me with you, Dub.
Hey.
But you know, there's a rhyme and reason to whatever you say. So
yeah, I just want to see more superpowers. I like Superman animated series. I'm not gonna lie, I used to like Justice League with Batman on there because I knew some other stuff was gonna happen besides just watching him beat people up but not kill nobody because it's wrong. Well, get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you have to draw the line somewhere, sir.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, he used to carry around a piece though with him, and when he first started out, he had like the gun on his waist. He was more like the. Y'all remember the show that the Phantom?
I know it's so bad. Yeah, I remember the movie.
Yeah.
You remember the Shadow?
I had it.
Who knows? The Shadow knows. If that ain't somebody that's supposed to be a black, I don't know who was. Man.
So,
speaking of, Batman may not have killed nobody, but he go dislocate your spine. Let him get a hold of you. Well, I ain't never seen nobody. I'd rather just kill me, bro. If I'm gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life after you punch me and dislocate vertebrae 18 from the rest of my spine, I don't want this, bro. Just take me out, because he be when I tell you Batman, you should just taking out henchmen left and right. Mm-hmm. Like, man, that shit hurt, bro. Like I was just in the corner. I wasn't even trying to fight. As soon as you showed up, I was trying to get out the room. But now you hit me with the little batarang. You done pulled me by my feet. One of my legs and double longer than my other one. Like you
already had knee problems, man. You made it worse.
If you think about it, like him hanging people upside down, like especially from skyscrapers, people can't get to them that quickly. You know what I'm saying? How are you gonna get somebody off of that?
You just sitting up there, all the blood rushing to my head, and I'm just my eyeball swelling and shit like that. Like it's just, I'm gone. Ain't no. I go to the hospital doctor. Like you got water on your brain. How the fuck you?
Batman's like he's not dead. He's just sleeping really, really long.
You didn't get something quick enough.
Yeah, it's not my fault. So
it is your fault, goddamn it. It's your fault, Bruce.
Yeah, so like hanging people upside down by their feet, you know, off of skyscrapers, it's kind of like killing people. I don't know. I know too many people, and I know the firefighters had to be pissed. They were just like, I gotta get up here again.
You what? That's all you get. Hey Frank, I need you again. God damn it! It's the third one this week.
Yeah, you know, there's, you know, he's stop throwing that light up there, that floodlight.
Man, wait.
So
low key, when you think about it, Bruce Wayne was kind of messed up because that big ass bat suit that he used to put out. Who used to pay for the power bill for that? That was taxpayers' dollars right there.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Bruce. That was the goddamn police department.
But Bruce put it up.
Goddamn money. There you go. No, he didn't. The police department did that. Gordon invented that so he can call on.
Hit the bat signal. He told him to do it. He didn't say, "Hey, this gonna make these folks power bill high." He didn't say, "Hey, Alabama power gonna come down on them this summer."
Yeah, that utility bill sky high.
The Gotham PD wasn't paying it.
So yeah, we talked about those. I got just a couple of honorable mentions, I went through like IMDb and like IGN. So The Simpsons were another one.
South
would
Park.
you guys? Yeah, South Park, Looney Tunes.
I know you can watch that.
Oh yeah, I couldn't watch South Park or The Simpsons.
I started watching The Simpsons because the blasphemy in there.
Right.
It's crazy because I ended up watching Family Guy religiously, which is crazy.
Bro, my mom would hear The Simpsons. She's like, I know y'all better turn or y'all gonna get up. That was the universal sign for us to get on up because it was like
so crazy. The Simpsons on Disney Plus now. It's just
yeah. So The Simpsons, South Park, Looney Tunes, Beavis and Butthead, Futurama.
I love Futurama though. Futurama's hilarious. I love Futurama.
I was right with I forgot the boy name. Leela. I was like, yeah, bro, that one I don't bother me.
Man, Death by Snoo.
Yeah, Animaniacs is another one.
Animaniacs, yeah. I'm surprised Simpsons and South Park went on nobody else's list. That's why I left it on mine. I just knew.
I started to add South Park, but like I said, I was doing mostly just cartoons. I didn't think about getting about like stuff with like more adult things. I didn't really include on my list, but definitely like South Park would have been on my list. I love South Park. I've been watching South Park since it dropped.
King of the Hill is another one.
King of the Hill actually quite boring.
Damn it, Bobby.
King of the Hill was alright, man.
Muppet Babies was another one that was really good. I remember watching that one. Muppet Babies.
Yep. Another theme song that slapped.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Pup named Scooby Doo. That one went pretty hard.
Scooby.
Yeah, that theme song slapped. Darkwing Duck's theme song.
Yeah, that was another one. Samurai Jack was another one, and Powerpuff Girls was another one. Gargoyles.
Gargoyles was a good one.
Thundercats.
Somebody remember Mighty Ducks, the show? Cartoon?
Yeah, I remember that.
That theme song that was a good show too.
I knew Mighty Ducks the cartoon before I knew the show, so I was pissed off when I watched Mighty Ducks the movie and it wasn't a cartoon.
Oh man,
you got disappointed.
Yeah, I got tricked. Who did this? What kind of sorcery?
The movies with I think the movies would spawn the actual hockey team.
Yeah,
and then it spawned the show from that.
Yeah.
Come the Mighty Ducks. Man, I'm gonna watch. I think they got on Disney Plus.
Maybe
watch a couple episodes.
So, all right, y'all. So, what else y'all got? What any other honorable mentions?
Pokemon, Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh were not allowed in. I think I said this because
those were technically anime. Yeah. I think we kind of mentioned everything, man. You had you did mention SpongeBob. I mentioned Doug and like that old those Doug can be thrown in there because that was a good one. Old Nickelodeon shows. Maybe some of the in between area of Cartoon Network, kind of why I stopped watching cartoon. Oh, I know, I almost forgot, man. I almost forgot this one. Ben 10, not this new Ben 10 they put out, but Ben 10, like Ben 10 for a few years ago, where you had Ben 10 and he grew up and he got more aliens and different aliens. Give me that whole. He was
like 12 or 15, something like that. Like when he was
yes. Give me that Ben 10 over this new one they put out.
Either that or what else was there? Ben 10, I forgot. It was something. I was really excited about it, but I forgot. They had Spawn too. Spawn. Yeah, well, I had to watch it because Ben and his name, and he was like, "Dad, this kid's got the same name as me." So I had a whole bunch of Ben 10 stuff rolling around here.
Oh man, I did. My
boy like Ben 10.
Men in Black. That's what I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, Men in Black, the cartoon. Yeah, I remember that. They used to come on. I mentioned the Men in Black, Road Rovers. I don't know if many people remember those. Ooh, I got some old ones from the 90s, man. The Street Shark cartoon, Biker Mice from Mars.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. Johnny Quest. Not the old school Johnny Quest. I like the
2000 one. When they went into the online. Yeah.
Yeah, give me that Johnny Quest.
So yeah. So for those who are watching this now, like definitely comment on who, what were your favorites, and those who watch it a little bit later, write in the comments, let us know what we missed, what your favorites were, and talk to us from there. Do not forget to go to theblurredsyndicate.com. We've got just fire shirts, just shirts for everybody. Like we got original shirts where we have stuff like this. We got anime shirts. This is one of my favorites. A nice little fusion, something for Father's Day or the dad. So even Witcher shirts that we have over here. So we got a lot of everything over here at the Blurred Syndicate, and so definitely check us out.
Yes,
so tomorrow the Victory Road podcast has an interview that's coming out, and then on Sunday we have a twofer. We have an interview that we did with a Black Dungeon Master by the name of Brandon. He is
no relation.
Yeah. And then we also did a session or a campaign as an all-black cast of D&D, and we had a really good time. So we're gonna have part 1 of that out on Sunday as well. So definitely check that out with us. So before we close out, anything else that you guys want to mention? Anything else that you have?
Yeah, actually, I know we said we're gonna the interview for that we did is dropping tomorrow, but you can check us out Friday for it. We're gonna be doing it's not gonna be a long show, but we're gonna do a Victory Road is gonna be doing kind of give you our game of the year so far. We basically we've reached the halfway point. We're over the halfway point now, but just gonna discuss some of the more popular games that we're considering for game of the year that we for this year. So it's been plenty of games out there that came out this year that's gonna be up for game of the year. We got up for the Roadies, the Victory Road Awards for the game of the year that we do at the end of the year. Yeah, the Roadies. So we're gonna be talking about what's gonna be what we got so far for basically video game so far this year. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. Well, we are going to be like the Ninja Turtles, and we're gonna get the shell out of here. So thank you so much for hollering with us and chatting with us, and we will talk to you later. All right, peace.